closer to Macca. Good. Nearly starting to go. Nearly starting to go. Two touch. Quicker. Quicker. Shift quicker. Over the top. Over the top. Matty higher. Matty higher. Matty higher. Sean, drop in a little bit. Lily higher. Lily higher. Lottie out. Lily higher. Lottie out. Charlie go. Charlie go. Charlie go. Need the ball, Macca.
Check, 2, 2, yeah, 1, 2, check, 2.
Drop it. Paddy on the last line, hold, let it go in. Come, Lottie, come! right there. Good, now out. Good,
Remember, coach Simon. Come down, don't take it.
Where are we going? It's no way.
Verity, can you see anyone else?
Newcastle.
Here, mate, in the middle of the field, there's a ball now, look.
guys.
Looky, this way! This way now!
That's what I'm walking.
They're on the go! Looky, get out of there! Go, do something about the ball.
No, stop. I'm too hot. Yes, please. I'm sweaty. Oh, yeah. That was stressful.
Hey, both of you!
Hello and welcome to round 14 of the NPL New South Wales Women's Competition. Coming to you live from North Turramurra Recreation Area as the Northern Tigers host the Newcastle Jets. I'm Annabelle Banfield, and despite it being a bit chilly here, I'm very excited to bring you all the action in this matchup. The first repeat matchup of this season is this round as teams start to play each other again for the second time in this home and away season. Teams being strengthened by some mid-season transfers in the case of the Northern Tigers. And as for the Newcastle Jets, they've had a couple of players leave and they're in a poor run of form at the moment. So can they turn that around in a big way here this evening? I'll bring you through the lineups. For the home side, Northern Tigers start with number 2, Josie Wilson. Number 3, Greta Crisula. Number 5, Savannah Murray. Number 9, Hayley Johnson. Number 11, Lily McMahon. Number 12, Saffron Grass. Number 14, Beth Bernardi. Number 18, Bo Burton. Number 23, Misha Anderson. Number 44, Isla Witham. And number 91, Jasmine Black. And on the bench for the home side, number 4, Isabella Keach. Number 10, Charlotte Mortlock. Number 16, Olivia Cartwright. Number 29, Rosie Ewan. Number 31, Annalise Glastonbury, and number 42, Jada Taylor. And for the Newcastle Jets, they start with number 2, Josie Allen. Number 3, Isabella Threlfo. Number 4, Sophie Howarth. Number 7, Kate Heap. Number 8, Emma Dundas. Number 9, Emma Bates. Number 10, Layla Sharp. Number 11, Neva Crofton. Number 19, Julianne Fox. Number 50, Ali Borcher. And number 77, Annika Driscoll. And substitutes for the Jets, number 12, Marnie Duggan. Number 20, Lily Rose Dunbar. Number 21, Lacey Dobson. Number 23, Alia Kilroy. Number 53, Charlotte Lowry. And number 72, Mackenzie Preston Poole. And it'll be the Newcastle Jets kicking us off in the gold shirts, blue shorts and socks, running from right to left across your screen, as the Northern Tigers wear their traditional green and white stripes, and they will run left to right for this first half. And it's the Jets being put under some immense pressure early. Clever turn there from Sharp. Ball forward towards Allen, was blocked by Burton. And Wilson's been caught out by Josie Allen. Those two spent the A-League season together with the Newcastle Jets, so Wilson would be very familiar with some of her opponents here this evening. Burton looking inside over the head of Crisula. Sharp on the ball now. She has Driscoll. Driscoll can't find the angle for the shot. Still with Driscoll. Cross comes in, and Anderson gives up the corner. It's the Newcastle Jets who will have the first attacking chance of the game. Coming from the set piece. Played short. Dundas. Headed away by Anderson. It's out with Bates. Ball put back into the area. Murray clears it towards Johnson. Back with the Jets. They're a young group who are in a run of bad results. Can they show the maturity needed to turn around and have a big game here at North Turramurra? Given up there by Driscoll. Priscilla's on the ball now, and she's fouled. Priscilla and McMahon both featured in midweek action. in the Tigers Sapphire Cup defeat to Apia, where they went down 4-1. But it's exciting to have the A-League champions with the Central Coast Mariners return into this Tigers lineup. I'm told they'll be strengthened next week as well when Isabel Gomez, newly capped Matilda, and also Shadeen Evans return to this Tigers lineup. Burton's picked up the ball here, and she'll win the throw-in. She's been back with the side a few weeks, but Josie Wilson also spent the season with the A-League with the Newcastle Jets. So a few mid-season transfers to strengthen the Tigers lineup, most of whom, aside from Misha Anderson, coming in from Perth Glory, have previously played for the Tigers, so a lot of continuity for the side from Taramara. Witham spinning, finds Crisula, back with Murray. Whereas for the Newcastle Jets, they've had Josie Allen and Emma Dundas both return to the NPL setup. But they've lost India Breyer, who's gone to the MacArthur Rams, returned to her previous NPL club. They've also lost Milan Hammond and Lara Gooch, who've opted to join the Northern New South Wales NPL for the remainder of their winter season. McMahon, fantastic ball forward for Bernardi. Big save from Butcher. And spinning, out of trouble there. It's the Jets, it's gone to Dundas. Allen. Allen showing her pace. Josie Allen needs support now. Doesn't get it in time. Crisula makes the tackle. Play on is awarded by the referee. Anderson with the clearance. It's a foot race. Johnson is first to it. Hayley Johnson still going, winding up. Another save from Borcher. She's been in the action early here this evening and she stood up to the test so far. Both big saves with Tigers streaking away towards goal. And the Jets goalkeeper, Ali Butch, has come up clutch. Played forward for Sharp, wide now for Allen. Allen, bit of footwork and pace, and she wins the free kick. It's Crofton to take. Whipped into the area. It's fallen at the feet of Wilson. For Johnson. Now Witham. Does well to keep it in. Can't keep it with her team though. It's back with the Tigers now. Ball pass from Burton, gives it up. Inside. For Bates. Back with Threlfo now for Howarth. Clever 1-2. It doesn't quite work there for the Jets. Headed on by Johnson. For Witham. She has McMahon in acres of space, and that's where it goes. The pass a little bit behind McMahon. Slows her progress down. She's still going forward now, Lily McMahon. Finally, the tackle's made by Howarth, but Bernardi puts her shot wide. Both teams need a good result tonight. They've both been in a spot of bad results. As Grass pokes it through there, doesn't really threaten the Jets in goal. Josie Allen screaming for the ball, and that's where the ball goes to. Just offside was Josie Allen. Very close there. But she's the go-to. She's the one who can get things started for the Jets. Last year there were so many games where the Jets as a team were very much outplayed, but moments of brilliance, individual talent from Josie Allen kept them in games that they probably didn't deserve to be in always. And as I said, they've gone 3 weeks in this competition without scoring a goal. They've had a 5-0 last week, 7-0 midweek. And then they had a 4-0 as well. Before that, it was 4-1 loss. So in 4 weeks, they've conceded 20 goals, the Jets. Great cross from Josie Allen, forces Murray to give up the corner there. So yeah, that goal difference not great for the Jets. 20 goals conceded in 4 weeks. Just the one scored. Can they get back to scoring some goals? Because even at the start of the season, even when they were not in the winner's circle, they were still managing to score most games. As the ball's put into the area. Well, it was attempted to be put into the area by Crofton, but it's curled out behind the goal and really wasn't anywhere near the target. Didn't even hit side netting from Crofton.
Look at the two, Jazz. Look where the two are. Good.
Back with Black. The switch is played for Wilson. Burton. Wilson. Poor touch from Fox. Allows the Tigers back onto the ball. And Johnson is fouled.
Josie, if you receive it, Josie, if you get it narrower, there'll be more of an angle to hit Bo.
Murray looking long towards McMahon. Headed away by Threlfo. And then Fox on the ball now. Back with Howarth. Can the Jets find a way out of the Tigers' press? They've done well to pick out Sharp. Her pass off the mark. The Tigers back with it. Playing with a back three tonight. But McMahon right now has dropped into the back line, allowed Misha Anderson a bit of room to roam on that left wing. They've swapped over back to their preferred spots. Wilson for Witham, now Burton. Sharp, back for Dundas, excellent turn to beat two Tigers defenders there. Johnson brings that ball down with ease. She's got Bernardi. Beth Bernardi. And Borcher once again stands up as the Tigers run one-on-one at her. Pulls off a miraculous save there. Dundas fouled in the attempt to turn. Jets being allowed to play with it. Foot race between Allen and Burton, which Bo Burton wins. Back to Black. Lofted forward. Brought down by Dundas. Bit messy here. Chip over the top towards Johnson. But Threlfo was ready for it. Grass. Saffron Grass lines up. And doesn't quite get the shot she would have been after there. Playing against her former side. Having been a Jet back when it was called the Emerging Jets with their academy growing up. Made the move to the Northern Tigers last season and has fit in really well here at North Turramurra. Tigers seem happy to let the Jets centre backs, Howarth and Threlfo, have the ball. When it heads wide, that's when they spring into action. Wilson and Allen. Similar in pace, quite different in leg lengths, but surprisingly they were similar there for speed. Burton has Johnson. Grass over the top. Bernardi heads it around Borcher. And Beth Bernardi slots it in calmly. The Northern Tigers up 1-0 over the Newcastle Jets here at North Turramurra. Borcher just didn't quite read that one well enough. Bernardi with her head got to it first. Was able to head around the keeper and slot it calmly into the goal to make it 1-0 here inside the first 15 minutes. Turn from Sharp. How do the Jets recover here? Because it had been an end-to-end game. Both teams had had opportunities. Jets with a couple of early corners. But as I said, they're a young group. They're a group who are in a bad patch of results. Can they find a way back into this game down a goal? As for the Tigers, I mean, it's very early days, but they'd be hoping for a clean sheet here this evening, and they are yet to have a clean sheet all season. Despite several wins, few draws, none of those did they hold the other team to nil. So, no doubt that'd be a goal for the Northern Tigers this evening as they are up against the bottom place side in the league. Wilson for Johnson. Good strength from Johnson. Back for Crisula now with Wilson. The Tigers happy to be patient and wait for the right opportunity, like that run from McMahon. Lily McMahon cutting inside, winding up. Lily McMahon off the crossbar. And the Jets are there to clear. Wilson. Now with Burton. Bo Burton has Bernardi, who was offside. But that's a good run there from McMahon. And an excellent strike as she looks to open her account for this 2025 NPL season. Only returned to the side recently after becoming an A-League champion with the Central Coast Mariners. Last year, spending the whole season with the Tigers, she ended up third on the Golden Boot tally. So no doubt she knows how to score goals. Just finding the right way to get back into her 2025 goal scoring account for the Tigers. Black has Burton. Allen's coming in quick pursuit. Back to Black. Now with Witham, brought down well. Grass, wide for McMahon. What can she create here? Lily McMahon. Back with Grass. They're just settling things down here, the Tigers. Happy to be patient. Probably was the game plan anyway, but no doubt going up 1-0 allows the team to be a little bit more patient. With him back with Wilson. The switch is attempted. It's picked up by Driscoll. Annika Driscoll. Tackles made by Murray. Bernardi cutting inside, looking for support. Has Crisula. Murray, ball forward for Johnson. Lost it towards McMahon. Lily McMahon bursting through. Butcher up to the task. And no doubt a win for either team this evening would be important, just to get momentum back into the side. But when you look at the ladder, it's also crucial that both teams play well. As Allen is bursting through, gets the cross in. Black coming out to claim it. Forward for Burton. The Northern Tigers, they no doubt harbour hopes of making it through to the semi-finals. As things stand right now, they're in 6th place. But it's a very tight upper mid-table. A win here would push them back into 3rd, pending results tomorrow, obviously, as several games, five of the NPL New South Wales women's games will be played tomorrow, after the earlier clash between Northwestern New Spirit and UNSW played out for a Spirit win, 1-0 in the 95th minute. Sky Halmerick scored the winner there, maintaining her spot on top of the Golden Boot tally as well. So that pushed Spirit up into 3rd place. Tigers have the better goal difference, so they'll jump them should they go on for a win here tonight. Meanwhile, Newcastle Jets, as I said, they're on the bottom of the league ladder. They're also not well placed on the club championship, which obviously determines relegation. As Johnson spinning inside, looking to get the cross in. Wins a corner. The Jets need to find some points in this second half of the season. Need to find a few more wins than they did in the first, as teams around them in that bottom part have strengthened and no doubt will be coming for their place. Corners played into the area by Greta Crisula. It's Newcastle who wins the header. Still in the area, bouncing around. And fired well over the goal by Witham. Josie Allen receiving a warning there for some refereeing advice she was providing. Driscoll on the ball now for the Jets. Anderson looking to see this out and does so. Played short to Murray. Tigers playing a patient game, looking to draw the Jets' pressure, then find a way to play through or over to some forwards with a bit of room to move. It's Bernardi, picks out McMahon. Heap coming in to apply pressure. Lily McMahon with the early cross. It's fallen to Burton, and she puts that shot over. Lily McMahon's just being told by her coach Chris Wood to back herself in those situations. He wants to see his star signing take it herself and get on goal. The Jets with a bit of time here with Howarth. Fox has Dundas inside. Now Bates. Threlfo looks to play forward. Crisula with the initial interception, picked up by Dundas. Finds Allen. Josie Allen now. Gets inside Burton. Josie Allen. Still going. Looks to square it. Pass was off target. It's come out to Driscoll now for the Jets. Nanika Driscoll, the 14-year-old. Cruises past Anderson. Gets the cut back. And now it is cleared by Anderson. Driscoll, once again, plays the cross earlier this time. It's read by Grass. The Jets here with a little bit of sustained possession in a good area. Can they find a shot and something to show for it? Not with Saffron. Grass playing some really good physical defence there. We're 25 minutes into this matchup. It's the Northern Tigers with a 1-0 lead thanks to a goal from Beth Bernardi. You'd have to say the Tigers, along with their goal, they've been the better team to start this one. But the Jets have had opportunities. They've had their chances, and as I said, Tigers yet to maintain a clean sheet all season, so they'll be hunting another goal or two to make sure they do secure a win at the end of this match. It's gone all the way back for the Jets with Heap. Inside for Dundas. She's forced back. Heap back to Crofton. Wide for Driscoll. Driscoll passes Anderson. Cross comes in. Headed away by Burton. It had beaten the hand of Black. Bernardi for Grass. Flick over the top. Witham doesn't read the bounce well enough. And Dundas shows some strength. She has Fox. Fox back for Dundas. They're just settling here, the Jets, looking for the right opportunity. And that does show good maturity for a team who are young. Nearly all of the team are teenagers. Oldest players on the field, they have two 22-year-olds out there. Here's Fox on it. Allen, clever 1-2 with Fox. Julianne Fox back to Allen. Allen bursting through a gap. Cross comes in, headed away by Anderson. Then Grass. Tigers, quick ball movement. Wilson, chip over the top. Witham will win it. And Witham gets the throw. Dundas finds Fox now with Josie Allen. Clever stop and go move from Josie Allen. Looking to beat Burton. Burton staying with her. Josie Allen with the cross. Jasmine Black, confident grab. These last couple of minutes, it's been the Jets with the chances, particularly down this left-hand side, although Annika Driscoll's had her moments on the right as well. They're using their wing as well, the Jets, but they're yet to get a shot that really challenges Jasmine Black in goal. Johnson attempts a spinning move there that could have been quite special if it had worked out. Tigers win it back. Bernardi's press, well executed. Grass finds Burton wide. Bo Burton with the ball in. Borcher taps it straight into the run of Hayley Johnson, who walks the ball into the net. Just as I'd said, the Jets had all the momentum. It's the Tigers who were able to make their opportunities count and go 2-0 up here at North Turramurra. Good cross in from Burton. Cross or a shot, it's sort of on the edge there, but it forced Borcher out to make a speculative effort at the ball, which didn't work out in the Jets' favour there. And it's the Northern Tigers who are in the steering position of this one. McMahon finds Bernardi. Clever turn inside. The ball forward. Borcher was ready for. Witham shows great strength to win the ball there. Played forward for Burton. Clever pass. Burton has Grass, uses her. Looks to find Witham. The Jets are ready for it. And then Allen's fouled as she dribbles away. Emma Dundas finds Emma Bates. Now it's with Fox. Clever turn from Dundas and quite a strong foul she's forced to endure. Heap on the ball now. Has Bates. Dundas is square. Find the pass out wide to Allen. Josie Allen. Few clever step over moves. Cross comes in and it's Murray with the own goal. stretching out towards our own keeper and puts it past her, and the Jets have one back. It won't be her name on the score sheet, but it's all thanks to Josie Allen's move there. Clever footwork, beats the defender, and then puts in a challenging cross that Murray's forced to play at. And in the end, puts it in her own goal. They're still up here, the Northern Tigers. 2-1. They lead over the Newcastle Jets. And for the Jets, that goal, despite not being put into the net by one of them, will be a really welcome moment. As I said, they've gone 3 weeks without scoring a goal. And so maybe this is a way for them to get back in their groove, back into their playing style. I'd probably jinx the Tigers by just how much I'd been talking about them not holding a clean sheet out all year, and this game they will not have a clean sheet at the end of it either. Although chatting to Chris Wood about that in previous weeks, at the end of games he has led his team to a victory. He said he coaches them just to score more goals than the other team. Big tackle there from Howarth, and she wins the throw as well. Chris Wood is okay conceding goals as long as his team scores more, which not a bad way to put things. You'll win football games as long as you score more goals than the other team. As Crisula tries a probably slightly ambitious effort as the ball was still bouncing around, not quite within her grasp. And that goal has certainly added a little bit of confidence back into this Jets side. And despite their ladder position and their run of results, they are a really quality side. They are the only team all year to have beaten league leaders, the Mount Druitt Town Rangers. Snapped that undefeated streak, and so we know that on their day they can compete with the best. Northern Tigers would fancy themselves as one of the best teams in this competition. Newcastle Jets, what can they do now? As Crofton heads forward, finds Heap wide. Kate Heap looking for Driscoll. And Driscoll wins the corner. They've had a few corners already, the Jets. Haven't been able to produce much to threaten the goal. Is this one set to be taken by Emma Bates? One that can threaten Jasmine Black and the Tigers. Goal area. No, curled well behind the goal again. A little bit wasteful on their corners. Wilson, forward for Johnson, laid off to grass, popped over the top, Witham, chasing down Threlfo. Borch is put under a lot of pressure there, finds the pass to Threlfo, then the ball over the top for Allen, flag stays down. Josie Allen sizing up her A-League's teammate, Josie Wilson. And Sharp can't steer the header goalward. Played short to Murray. Back with Wilson. Burton gives it up to Layla Sharp. Tigers have it back. Thanks to good defending from Greta Crisula. Anderson taking too long on that ball. Gets away with one there. Nava Crofton coming in. Looking to make that tackle in the box. Witham, clever touch. It's beat Julianne Fox. Isla Witham now. Showing her pace. Beats Threlfo as well. Still with Witham. Still Isla Witham. Unfortunately, the shot not of the same quality as that run. Burton has it back for the Tigers. Saffron Grass. Wide for Bernardi. The ball forward for Burton. She has Grass wide. And Saffron Grass puts it into the area. Cleared by Bates. Second ball picked up with Crofton. And just over 5 minutes to go until half time here at North Turramurra Recreation Area. The score as things stand, the home side, Northern Tigers up 2-1 over the Newcastle Jets. Goals from Beth Bernardi, Hayley Johnson, and then an own goal from the Tigers, Savannah Murray is what has the Newcastle Jets, what gave the Newcastle Jets their goal. Allen flicks it over the top. Wilson wins the header. Josie Allen loses out to Grass. Burton back to Wilson. Murray able to switch play for Anderson. Ball over the top, Johnson. Lily McMahon, great touch. Lily McMahon opens her goal scoring account for the Northern Tigers in 2025. Clever piece of play. Really in the Northern Tigers style to put a ball over the top for their fast forwards, and from there it's Johnson who finds the right pass to McMahon. Bit of skill and a calm and precise finish. Restores the 2-goal buffer here at North Turramurra. Fox looking to come inside. Burton wasn't about to let that happen.
Come inside. In the midfield.
Press is coming now for the Jets. Tigers are moving the ball well. Threlfo first to it. Forced to give up the throw-in. Johnson, quick throw towards Witham. And Witham shows great strength to keep that in. And it will be a corner. That's all heart there from Isla Witham, as the Jets were looking to shepherd it out over the baseline, and Witham just used a bit of speed and strength to keep the ball in. It's Bo Burton, who will take this corner from the right-hand side of the field. They're first from this side of the game. It's bouncing around at the back post. Cleared by Dundas. And Driscoll comes away with the ball. Johnson ends up on the ground. Savannah Murray with a clutch interception there. It's the Jets who get the throw. Ball's with Dundas. Picks out Fox. Layla Sharp now is beaten to the ball by Wilson. Bernardi picks out that pass. Slots the ball forward towards Witham. She wasn't able to get there. Fortune now opts to play short. They're playing with fire here a bit, the Newcastle Jets, and goalkeeper shows some great composure to pick out the wide pass to Heap. And Black has short options on both sides. Opts for Anderson. Now she has Murray. Clever turn from Savannah Murray. Anderson towards Burton. Well brought down on her chest. Burton showing her pace. Ball forward for Johnson. The American looking to turn, picks up Bernardi instead. And that shot loses a bit of power as it takes a deflection on the way through. Not long to go in this first half. Can the Jets get back in this one with a late first half goal? Thrown to Sharp.
No, easy, no, you're setting up a press. Another closer.
Fox. Back for Howarth. Clever pass to Bates. Allen now. And Allen bursting through gaps that she has no right to make it through. And then earns the foul on the edge of the area. And Murray picks up the yellow card for that challenge. And Josie Allen is proving herself to be the main danger point for the Newcastle Jets. She just seems to cruise past defenders with her quick acceleration. And it will be Allen, the young Matilda, standing behind this free kick, right on the edge of the area. On the stroke of half-time here at North Taramara. Allen and Bates both behind the ball. It's Allen. Well saved by Jasmine Black. Played short. Then wide for Lily McMahon. Flicked forward towards Bernardi. Heap was there. Dundas with some clever footwork. And that wraps up the first half here at North Taramara Recreation Area. As things stand, the Northern Tigers up 3-1 over the Newcastle Jets. So stay tuned for all the second half action coming to you just after this break.
Hold that, you go down.
No, I know. I just said I saw him on the field. Something like that.
both teams, 2 more. Second time around, lunges.
No blood, no blood.
Second half of this matchup between the Northern Tigers and the Newcastle Jets. Tigers getting us underway for this second half. Home side remains unchanged. Heading into the second 45. Newcastle Jets did make a halftime substitution. Charlotte Lowry comes on in place for Julianne Fox. As things stand, it's the home side. Northern Tigers up 3-1 over the Newcastle Jets, thanks to goals from Beth Bernardi, Hayley Johnson, before an unfortunate Savannah Murray own goal, and then Lily McMahon finished off the first half scoring right at the end of the first 45. The Tigers win it back quickly there. Bernardi makes the tackle. Anderson for Bernardi. Now towards McMahon, but Heap read it well. Jets don't hold on to it for very long. And both teams just looking to settle into this second half a little bit. Murray, back for Black. Pressure was coming. She released in time to find Bernardi. Now Anderson. Bernardi wins the header, as does Witham. And now McMahon with a great ball across field to Johnson. Hayley Johnson lining up and tipped onto the crossbar by Borcher. Great strike, even better goalkeeping there. And we will have an early Northern Tigers corner. Crisula with the effort from this left-hand side. Allowed to bounce. Murray. Wilson and Anderson puts it away for the Tigers. And she scores her first ever goal in Northern Tigers colours. Very early into this second half, the Tigers extend their lead to make it 4-1 here at North Turramurra Recreation Area. And a pretty deflated looking Newcastle Jets outfit is being tasked with chasing down 3 goals now just to level things up. McMahon to Bernardi, inside to McMahon, clever piece of play. Howarth makes the tackle. Ball's with Driscoll now. The 14-year-old isn't quite strong enough to match up with Bernardi. They give it away there cheaply. Sharp. Doesn't hold on for very long, Layla Sharp. Burton. Early ball forward. Headed back towards the goal by Grass. They have scored 5 goals on one occasion this season, and it was to beat league leaders Mount Druitt Town Rangers at their home ground at Lake Macquarie. So it would be a very big ask for the Jets, but it's something they are capable of. Grass. Squares it for Crisula, then on to Bernardi. Now it's with McMahon. They're just waiting for that right moment. As it gets pretty cold here at North Turramurra this evening. All of the substitutes, both sides in puffer jackets now. Foul's given the way of the Tigers. McMahon making her run. Ball heads wide of her. It's not quite kept in by McMahon. Threlfo. Good pass out wide to Lowry. Can the substitute make an impact in this second half? Allen dribbling inside. Still Josie Allen. And the foul's given. And the yellow card for Greta Crisula. They now have 2 yellow cards across the side after Savannah Murray picked one up in the first half. Tigers just getting their wall organised. It's Emma Bates who lines up to take this free kick. And Bates, too much on it, and it goes all the way through to Jasmine Black. Burton, back for Wilson. Jets with a throw in a dangerous part of the field. It's gone to their target player. Sharp. Can't put it on target. But you just know when Josie Wilson gets on the ball, it feels like All of Taramara holds their breath. Her footwork's already caused some problems tonight for the Tigers. It was her dash forward and cross into that led to the Jets' goal. Murray works her way out of trouble. On the right-hand side now for the Tigers. Ball forward for Bernardi. Howarth hesitates and it's Bernardi who gets to it first. Cross comes in. Off the head of Johnson. She heads on to McMahon. And McMahon just wide of the goal. But a thunderous strike. Sharp brings the ball down. Layla Sharp scanning for options. Picks out Allen. Allen backs herself, but it's Burton who makes the tackle. Back with Sharp. Wide for Heap. Pressure coming from Johnson. Pass is played to Driscoll. Annika Driscoll still on the ball. Forced back. Heap. Dundas. And Dundas loses out to Hayley Johnson, putting in the effort defensively as well as up top. And Bernardi, surrounded by Jets, eventually does give up the ball. Bates. Intercepted by McMahon. She's on the charge, broken up by Allen, who's has been playing left wing all game, is a long way from that spot. Looks like Allen slotted in as a striker now. Tigers with the throw. Sharps dropped into the midfield. So a bit of a reshuffle for the Newcastle Jets. Bates wins the header. Threlfo now. Uses Driscoll. Plays the ball forward, but it's got a lot too much on it for Allen to try and reel it in. Allen looks to be still defending in the midfield as Burton puts a ball in over the top. Great ball for Johnson. And she's got support. Witham is there. Johnson won't need her. She spins out of trouble. Still, Witham's there. Not a great connection from Witham. It's fallen to Crisula. And a big save from Borcher. Good play from the Northern Tigers. They'll come away with a corner. Anderson showing short. Crofton coming in to follow the run. Crisula. It's bouncing around. And it's Wilson who taps it home at the back post. Great ball in from Crisula, leaves Borcher a little bit conflicted whether to go for it, whether to hold off, and in the end that indecision causes problems, and Wilson can tap it home at the back post to make it 5-1 the way of the Northern Tigers. Similar circumstance in the first half with Hayley Johnson's goal where Borcher came out, got a slight hand on it but nowhere near enough, and ended up again being walked in at the back post. Johnson almost makes the tackle. Dundas able to spin out. Bernardi Has Johnson making a mad dash into the area. Limited support otherwise. McMahon. Shot is blocked by Dundas. It's fallen to Sharp. Sharp eventually gets around Grass. And Anderson intercepts the forward ball. Jets forced back into their own half. Throfo looking to play forward. Wide for Driscoll. Heap making the overlapping run. There's some big defending from the Tigers. Means it'll be their goal kick. Murray takes it long. Bernardi on it now. Crisula. Anderson. And they recycle through their goalkeeper. Great ball onto the feet of Burton. Kilroy. Showing some pace. Off the crossbar. And it's eventually steered in by the Jets. It's the substitute, Alia Kilroy, who puts the final touch. And it was her shot that started that passage of play. Alia Kilroy there to head it home and put her name on the score sheet. 5-2 now at North Turramurra, the way of the Northern Tigers. Johnson heads all the way back for the Tigers. Still 3 goals up. With him, wide for Johnson. And Threlfo with some strength to win the ball. Jets throw in. The last time these two sides faced off, round 1 of this 2025 season. It was the Tigers who got the win, but it was a lot closer. Just 2-1, the scoreline up at Lake Macquarie. This game has already had 7 goals. And with about half an hour to play, I would imagine there's probably more. Borcher for Heap. Dundas. Back to her keeper. Threlfo. Out to the Sharp. Ball goes forward for Driscoll. And Driscoll's cross heads out for a goal kick. Northern Tigers looking to put their first substitution into the game. It'll be Charlotte Mortlock who joins the action. Anderson gives up the throw. And here comes Charlotte Mortlock. Off comes Isla Witham. Who's had a strong performance tonight. Dundas. Fires the ball wide for Kilroy. In towards Sharp. Lowry. Howarth for Bates. Now Kilroy coming inside. Murray, strong tackle. Tigers moving the ball with ease at the back. They'll have the throw here. Now it's the Jets' turn to take a throw for Crofton. Crofton for Sharp, clever. Spin there from Layla Sharp. Dundas. Threlfo on quite the charge and called out for a high foot there. Another couple of substitutions getting ready for the Tigers. Cartwright and Keach both taking off all their jackets, having to brave the cold here at Turramurra as they head onto the field in just a moment. Johnson flicks it on off her head. Threlfo poked forward. Now Anderson, the head of Howarth. Bit of chaotic pinball set of play. Johnson's brought it down now. Bernardi towards Mortlock. And it'll stay in for Mortlock. McMahon. Tackled by Driscoll. Heap. Stuck in her own corner. Gives up the throw in. The substitutions for the Northern Tigers. It'll be Isabella Keach and Olivia Cartwright on for Savannah Murray and Greta Crisula coming off after strong performances from both of those players. An unfortunate own goal for Murray, but other than that, she's been strong at the back. Might be slightly tactical to bring those two off, both of those two holding a yellow card. McMahon with the cross. Off the foot of Kilroy. And Butcher rolls forward to Dundas. She's tackled by Bernardi and Johnson. Didn't drop in time. Howarth. Little chip over the top for Sharp. Wide for Lowry. Kilroy. Wilson comes away with it for the Tigers. Now Dundas. Squares it to Bates. Bates is surrounded by Tigers. Loses out to Bernardi. Ball over the top. Threlfo gets there just in time. Ahead of a charging Hayley Johnson. Hayley Johnson now has 13 goals on the season, having scored earlier in the first half. Still 3 goals behind Spirit's Sky Helmrich on the Golden Boot tally after Helmrich slotted the winner for Spirit in their earlier game. Sharp, wide for Driscoll. McMahon putting in the defensive work. Johnson actually was the top scorer last year in the NPL Victoria competition, playing for the Preston Lions. Although on a technicality, she didn't win the Golden Boot title there because some of her goals were in the final series and Victoria didn't count them on the Golden Boot award. So perhaps a little bit snubbed there last year. Cartwright. Shot was dropping. Goal needed to be just a few metres further back and Cartwright would be celebrating right now. Crofton. Bates. Kilroy screaming for it. That's where the ball goes. Alia Kilroy. Cuts inside. Winds up. And it's Black. The diving effort at her far post. Their first corner in this second half. They were quite disappointing with their corners in the first half, the Newcastle Jets. Several heading straight out for goal kicks. Can Bates produce something a bit more exciting? Give her team an opportunity. No, once again, curled straight out for a goal kick. And I mean, there's quite a lot of issues for the Jets to work on at training, but no doubt corners would be on that list. Just easy pressure release for the Tigers, who play it short to Keach. Johnson able to turn and chip it over the top. McMahon beaten to the ball by Howarth. McMahon to Johnson. Dundas chips it over the top. Anderson brings it down off her head. Dundas does well to get out of trouble, but Bates turns back into the danger. Dundas loses out. It's with Olivia Cartwright. Now Mortlock! And Mortlock with a very special goal. The best of the night so far, and that is the 8th goal of the evening. Right into the top corner, off the crossbar. Charlotte Mortlock makes it 6-2 the way of the Northern Tigers. The Newcastle Jets, this is shaping up to be another big loss. positive signs are that they weren't held to nil, but conceding 6 is really not great for the Newcastle side, who, as I said before, are still in that relegation danger zone. They need to start getting results to secure their place in the NPL competition for 2026. For the first year, they are up for relegation, no longer classified as an academy side. And the deflection slows the shot well down, and Black dives on it. Back with Butcher now. Jets look to go the full length of the field. Wilson can't win the clearance. It's with Kilroy now. Driscoll looking to beat McMahon on the outside. And McMahon doesn't let that happen. Corner for the Jets. Better corner for the Jets. Driscoll heads it towards goal. Cleared by Wilson. It's fallen with Bates. Emma Bates back into the area. Cleared by Keach. Now Kate Heap. For Lowry. It's with Dundas now. Ball for Driscoll. Driscoll's cross is blocked by Misha Anderson's back. Now Bates. And Jets will have the throw, and Tigers get a chance to reset their defence after a slightly scrappy patch of play. Crofton. Foul's given for that clash between Crofton and McMahon. Howarth, back for Borcher. Press coming off of Johnson.
Hayley, how can you miss that?
Just copping a bit of stick off her coach there, but with some good defensive pressure that could have been a lot more costly for the Jets. They get away with one there. Dundas. Wide for Lowry. Dundas is fouled as she attempts to spin around grass. Bates. Bates winds up and doesn't put her shot particularly close to the goal. We've got substitutions coming for both sides here. For the Northern Tigers, on comes Jada Taylor and Rosie Ewan in place of Beth Bernardi and Lily McMahon. For the Newcastle Jets, bear with me. I apologise, Lily McMahon is staying on. It's Bo Burton, whose night has finished. For the Newcastle Jets, off comes Layla Sharp. And Annika Driscoll. And on in their place is Marnie Duggan and Mackenzie Preston Poole. And Borcher nearly caught out by Johnson yet again. Heap spins out of the pressure of Taylor. Ball towards Taylor, the substitute. Looks to find McMahon. Pass is blocked, but she'll have a throw. They play back to Anderson. Played long, over the head of Heap. Lands with Jada Taylor. Cuts inside, Threlfo. Taylor's still going. Now for Mortlock, wide to Johnson. There's numbers at the back post if she can find them. And Threlfo with the clearance. Only as far as grass. Now with Ewan. Rosie Ewan! Just wide. She scored a very similar goal last week in the under-23s game. As the Tigers played NSW, a bouncing volley she was able to slot home. On that occasion, just wide of the upright. Threlfo. McMahon now. Great pass forward for Mortlock. There's numbers in the box if Johnson can find them. Cross comes in, not enough on it to reach her Tiger teammates. Grass puts it back into the area. Off of Cartwright, now it's with Mortlock. And Mortlock loses out. But the Tigers will come again. Keach. And McMahon is sent flying there by Threlfo. So the Tigers have a free kick. Probably right on the edge of what would be shooting distance. A little bit awkward if you're trying to chip it up for a pass there. Perhaps a bit too far for a shot, so interesting to see what they do with a free kick from about 30 yards out. Anderson winds up on goal, takes a bounce and then into Borcher's hands. Short for Threlfo. And Johnson makes the tackle. Haley Johnson. Ball through for McMahon. And Johnson once again with the tackle, not allowing the Jets out of their own back line. Taylor towards Mortlock, just misses the pass. Kilroy wins the free kick. Howarth, ball over the top towards Kilroy. Keach read it well. And it's back now with Sophie Howarth. For Bates. Now Johnson, looking for numbers. Uses Mortlock. Now for Olivia Cartwright. Olivia Cartwright. 2 straight. Right into the hands of Borcher. And into the final 10 minutes now. There's a few Tigers players who are clearly very keen to put themselves on the score sheet. Eyes light up if they get the ball in there in the final third. McMahon for Taylor. McMahon is tackled. Final substitution for the Newcastle Jets. Off comes Emma Bates. And into the action is Lacey Dobson. Taylor can't quite keep it in. Will be a Tigers throw.
Go Rosie, go Rosie.
Taylor is tackled by Preston Poole. They've put Heap in the corner here. Will be a throw for Heap. Thrown back to Borcher. Jets will have another throw. Tigers throw-in is awarded after a brief moment between the linesman and the referee. It's with Mortlock. Charlotte Mortlock on her left. Big save from Borcher. And despite letting in 6, Ali Borcher's made a few really impressive saves. Score could, almost be doubled the way the Tigers. She came up clutch early in the first half a couple of times. Just tipped things onto her crossbar and over like just then. But she's not done facing pressure. Here comes the corner from Mortlock. Wilson sort of ducked under the ball as she tried to head it. Keach puts it back into the traffic. Kilroy heads forward for the Jets. Now Cartwright is sending it back the way it came. And Johnson makes the tackle, leaves the ball behind. She returns to pick it up. Borcher with the clearance. Now Dobson. Wilson settles things down. Back with her keeper, Jasmine Black, on the ball. Josie Wilson. Charlotte Mortlock. Back with Wilson. She has Keach. Now they can play forward. Cartwright with Mortlock. To Grass.
We'd never be sad, we'd be at the shin.
Wilson. We'll have a Tigers throw. Johnson turns into trouble that time. Dundas there to make the tackle. Threlfo beats the tackle McMahon, but then can't get through Grass. Butcher playing with fire as she switches it to Howarth. And that's a loose pass picked up by the Tigers. Jada Taylor. Still going as Taylor. Finds Cartwright now. Wide to Ewan. Rosie Ewan keeps it in. The cross is cleared by the Jets. Tigers will come once more. Cartwright. Back for Keach. Into the final minute of regulation. Now Grass. Looking for McMahon. The ball wasn't quite strong enough to beat the gap. Square to Threlfo. Ewan with the interception to Taylor. Taylor towards Johnson. And Borcher has control over her box. As we hit the 90-minute mark in this game. McMahon holding strong despite the pressure and spins out of the first challenge. Jets throw. She can't quite beat Heap. Threlfo goes long. Preston Poole beats Anderson. Mackenzie Preston Poole with the early cross, blocked by Keach. Now McMahon on the ball. Spins around Dobson. Looking to feed through her forwards. Slight miscommunication. And there is full time here at North Turramurra Recreation Area. The final score, the Northern Tigers 6, Newcastle Jets 2. 4 first half goals and 4 second half goals in an action-packed affair for the Northern Tigers. Goals from Beth Bernardi, Hayley Johnson, Lily McMahon, Josie Wilson, Misha Anderson and Charlotte Mortlock. For the Newcastle Jets, Savannah Murray scored the first of their goals with an own goal at the back, and then Alia Kilroy came off the bench to score their second. So Northern Tigers will jump back up into third place with that win here tonight, pending some results tomorrow. So make sure you stay tuned across all the rest of the NPL New South Wales women's action to come on tomorrow afternoon. I'm Annabelle Banfield. Thanks for tuning in.